Build your own deer factory. Brought to you by Kubota.
Well, Steve and James, we're in a little bit of a unique situation on this year's Deer Factory project. We don't normally get to work this far west. And so, you know, it's brought up a lot of topics that, you know, in the last few years we really haven't been able to touch on. And one of them that comes up quite often in this part of Oklahoma, we're in Woodward County, Oklahoma, is the problems that cedars create for you. And I'm not just talking about a few cedars. I mean, we've got cedars all over the Whitetail Range. We don't have cedars east of the Mississippi the way you guys do here.
No, they've just spread like crazy. I mean, there's cedars everywhere anymore. And, you know, some of this country is big, rugged cedar country, you know. Where we're at, we're down on the river bottom, just as thick as ever. And it's neat to see the cedars. To a lot of people, they think once they, let's say, get a deer lease down on the river bottom that's full of cedars, that they've got some really good deer hunting. There's not near as many deer in there as there could be. And you've got the risk of the fire. And once that fire starts in those cedars, it burns it all. And it's a lot more detrimental to your country than if there was just a handful or if you've managed them in the past. And I'm really looking forward to seeing what we can do with these cedar trees down here.
James, when it comes to, you know, your overall whitetail management strategy in this part of the country, you know, what are the key reasons why you need to get these cedars under control and make sure they're not just running rampant on your property?
Well, cedars are thieves. They steal the water, they steal the nutrients, they change the site, just to reduce the productivity of the site. However, we can use them to in our landscaping program, and we can carve out travel corridors. We can leave some areas for cover. We can thin them out so that we can reduce the fire hazard of them. And also, like you've been saying, the vegetation that grows up in there and make it a really good place. As a matter of fact, you've got some places on here that I guarantee you make great deer sanctuaries if they're not already.
We've got some awesome equipment here from Quick Attach, and when we hook this attachment up to the skid steer, it's going to make a case for why a skid steer is a great piece of habitat management equipment to have. This is a mean machine, and we're going to get in there and hopefully thin out some of these little cedar thickets and see what kind of benefit it can bring to your guys' property.
Yeah, well, I'm looking forward to using that dude.
Let's get it out there.
Well, guys, I haven't had that much fun in a long time.
You did a heck of a job.
That aroma in the air, that's freshly cut cedar.
That's nice.
Smells good, doesn't it?
And you know what? Some of the work we were able to do here, thanks in large part to the Kubota skid steer and our Quick Attach, what they call their extreme mower, and that's for good reason. Was deal with some of these thick stands of cedar like you're talking about, Steve. There's a number of things that achieves for us.
Yeah, now we've got a travel corridor through here. We've got some areas where they can bed and travel along this drainage over here, landscaping for whitetails.
Yeah, and Steve, you know, we talked about this earlier. If you took an aerial photo of your property and you knew exactly where these stands of cedars are, you can actually be proactive and kind of figure out, you know, how you want to funnel the deer movement, how you might need access to different parts of your property, you know, and utilize equipment like that. Or if you don't have it, if you can't afford it like most of us, you can do this with a chainsaw. It's just going to be a little
It's just going to take a little while.
Well, I was impressed. I mean, that thing took a matter of just minutes, really, and you got quite a bit done here. Making lanes through some of this, opening up small spots that'll actually grow back into woolly grass. That thing's priceless.
Well, you know, that's part of the Quick Attach ethos, I guess. They want durable, heavy-duty equipment, but it's actually really intuitive to use. I am by no means an expert driving a skid steer, but you figure it out pretty quick.
Yeah,
you fell into it really fast, so yeah, it is intuitive.
Well, long story short, just because you have thick stands of cedars on your property doesn't mean you can't, you know, manipulate those stands and use them to your advantage.
Right, and breaking them up is going to help us also with the fire issue.
you bet.